What's up, mga kagugulyo? For today, we are going to learn two structures in C++, the ternary operators and switch structures. So, ang una, we are going to learn about ternary operators. So, when we talk about ternary operators, it uses two operators which are uh, this one, no? So, like this, these are ternary operators. We have ternary operators. So we use the question mark and the colon for creating or for invoking ternary operators in C++. But recall that in our previous discussion, we have discussed about selection structures if statements. So we have single if, two if, multiple if, and nested if in C++. Now, when we talk about if statements in C++ or in even in any other programming language, it actually allows us to create a program like a basic artificial intelligence. Now, where it actually executes a particular statement uh, use when a certain condition is actually met or when a test condition is evaluated to true. So just like for an instance, we have here a a simple program which actually determines either a number that is entered by the user is add or even. So particularly, we have here a multiple if statement. So the program is going to ask the user to enter a number and it is stored to num. Okay, so num of int type. So once the user has entered a number, then the program is now going to evaluate. So there is a test logic here says that if num is equal to 0, then it is going to display num is origin. So when let's say number that is entered is 2, so it will be evaluated here in our first condition or test logic, which is, let's say this one is 2. So we have here 2 is 2, which is the value of num is equal to 0. That is actually false. Therefore, it is going to proceed to the next else if statement, which is the number that is entered is 2 is going to be divided by 2, and if the remainder after dividing it is equal to 0, then the display or the program will display num is even. So since 2 is an even numbers, therefore when we divide number by 2, the result is actually 0, and it is evaluated to, if it is equal to 0, then the result is true. Therefore, okay, so since this will be true right here, therefore it will display num is even. Otherwise, if not 0 nor 2, or not or if not 0 or not a value of num is not equal to 0, or the value of num is when it is divided by 2, the remainder is not equal to 0, then therefore it is going to proceed to num is add. So we can actually try this one out. So let's run the program, and after this one, we are going to convert this statement or ternary operator. Okay, I mean we're going to convert this if statement program into a ternary operator. So let's say for an instance we entered 2 here, so 2 is even. So let's try another number. So let's say um, we're going to enter again, let's say 39. So 39 is add. And even if the sun will, without, even if we're going to enter a zero number for our num, so we have here 0, 0 is an origin. Okay, so what is with ternary operators? So basically, when we talk about ternary operators, it's like an if statement, but it's a shortened notation of if-else statement because we only get to use dollar sign and colon. Okay, this two operators. So we call this as conditional or ternary operators. So other books calls this as conditional operator, just like love. No? Love moves in a it should be non-conditional, no? I mean, ang gugma dapat should have no should ang love dapat wala daw condition when we talk about love. Anyway, so that's just a relate ba? So murag dili no. No ne. Okay. So basta ang if statement it's like in our real lives now. So we have been uh surrounded with conditions, and it's a matter of preference, it's a matter of like our choice. So when we get to choose this one, there is consequence, or if not, then we get to choose another condition or another situation, and then there is consequence, just like loving someone. So there is a condition there, so whether you you pursue that love, or you pursue your dreams. Okay? Pero kung sa imong dreams, ingon sa inyong parents, in the old people, no, that you have to follow your dreams. Anyway, I'm being corny here. So this time we're going to convert this into ternary or conditional operator. So to convert this into a ternary operators, first is you will need to determine whether what's the destination variable. So the destination variable is going to be a variable that will hold the value after testing, or after the testing the logic test and passing it to that variable. So example, if we're going to assign it to a string of like hold variable, and then therefore we expect that it is expected that the after testing or evaluating the condition or the expression, the value that is being passed should be a string. Okay, so all right, so same sa lab, no? Lab gihapon, kung higugma kaniya, dapat ato siyang pasahan pod og gugma. Okay, so in return, no, you love him or her the way he loves you. Tama ba? Okay? Sige. So this time, as you can see, we have here, we use ternary operators. So right here, this is where your expression comes in. So your expression sorry, mali ang keyboard. So your expression should be the condition. Okay? So probably this is where you put your relational operators with the variable evaluated to or tested to any other value. Example, if we're going to have a only two-way, let's say two-way if statement to determine whether a number is odd or even. Let's say we have here num is equal modulus to 2 is equal to 0, and that is actually even. So we can say here, okay, so this is like yeah, so it's even. All right, and then after that, if it's not even, then therefore it is actually odd. Oops, I'm sorry for that. So it should be the condition, or the question mark should be put right here. So you have here, this is um this is the syntax actually. So we have here, the first is the expression. So therefore, the num modulus 2 is equal to 0 is your expression, or the value that is going to be evaluated. And then after the question mark, that is the value if it's true. If the expression is evaluated to true, then therefore it will uh, uh, it will it will execute this statement right here in the true block, okay, after the question mark. So after puts colon, that is if the expression is going to be evaluated as false, then therefore it will fall this in here in this block. No? So false meaning dili po siya mag-false sa next after colon. So as simple as that, inana lang ang ternary operators. So basically, ternary operators are used to shorten our, or to lessen our codes, no, in a way that the way we structure, or the way we written, or sorry, the way we wrote our programs right here is something like this one. But this one is actually equivalent of only two ifs, no? If or probably if and else. But this later on we're gonna be converting this what they call this one, this structure later with this kind of this kind of solution. So this time to make it simple again, so let's make this or let's comment this one out right here. Yeah. So in here, you have here string hold num modulus to 2 is equal to 0 if the number that is going to be evaluated, or if it's after dividing it to 2, if the remainder is 0, then is it equal to 0? Then if it's true, then the event shall be assigned to hold. Okay? Otherwise, the add will be assigned to hold. So no one will hold you otherwise without. So you have here, you can now say or tell the user to display, tell your compiler to display something in your program. So like for an instance, num is like hold. Okay? Tapos hold. Cold naman gud siya sa imuha. So mo nang cold ang na-type sa ato ang keyboard. So we have here num is cold. So num is even, num or num is add. So let's try to run this program right here. So yeah, so but let's just wait. Let's just wait for our Eclipse no to successfully run our program. So let's say for an instance, we are going to input value like 6. So 6 is even. So basically, this is how our program does it. So when the user enters number, it is assigned to number 6, it is assigned to num variable. After that, it is divided to 2. So 6 divided by 2. So it's like 6 divided by 2. What is the remainder? No, not the value, but the remainder after dividing the 2. So let's say that's actually 3. The result of 6 divided by 2 is actually 3, and the remainder is actually 0 because 6 minus 6 is actually 0. So therefore, the remainder is 0. So then after that, we have here, right? So you can now say if it's equal to 0, then it's even, or otherwise it's add. By the way, you can actually assign something like if int rem is equal to num modulus to 2 is equal to 0, yan, something like that. And then instead of the num modulus to 2 here, you can actually replace it with rem. And that's actually the same thing, only that you divide the number first, and the result could be either 0 or 1. So 0 for even and 1 for odd. So any number divided by 2, the remainder is actually 0. Any number any number that is divided by 2, if the result is 0 or the remainder is 0, is all this the number is actually even. Otherwise, it's odd. So all therefore we can say that all even numbers has the remainder of 0 when it is divided by 2. All numbers with one remainder after dividing by 2 is actually odd. Okay, so yeah, we can run this program right here, and it it actually does the same. So yeah, so let's just wait for a while. We have here, let's say 8. So 8 is, oh, what happened? So why is it 8 is add? So we have here, if rem is equal to, so why it's rem is equal to 0. So let's uh let's trace this one. So sorry, nag Java na noon ko. So we have here cout. Let's have here rem. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so there's nothing to worry about. All we just need to do is to discover, to diagnose what seems to be the problem in our program. Let's look for the value of rem. Okay, so let's say we have 8. Okay, the value of rem is actually 1. What happens right here is that the value of Wait. No, okay. So I'm so sorry for this one. So erratum, by the way, this should supposed to be this should not in this should exclude the equal to zero. So I'm so sorry for that. It should be something like num modulus 2, 2. Okay. So let's go and run again our program. So let's enter 8 again. So actually, so the 0 is actually the value of rem. So therefore, we can now take this one out. And then, so when we run the program again, so this would definitely display 8 as an even number. So let's try it again. So we have 8 is even. So yeah, so let's try another number. Let's say 101. So 101 is odd or odd. Okay, so that's the ternary or conditional operator. So what if we are going to do, or what if the program is going to do or process the same way we did right here, like earlier, like let's say we are going to run our program, and then we are going to input 0 in our program. So let's just wait for while. Wait. Okay. So run again. Okay. So let's say we are going to enter 0. So 0 is even. So 0 is not an even nor an odd number. It's actually an origin. So therefore, we'll need to we'll need to modify or alter our program. Okay? So that it is going to process the the same way this uh has to do, no, I mean the same way this structure. Okay, so what we will do is, instead of we do that, so we are going to definitely evaluate first the num if it is equal to 0. Okay, so let's, after that, if it's true, then we display origin, right? Okay, so origin. Then after that, if it's false, we are going to have another condition again. So in our condition is, we are going to do something like, if rem is equal to 0, okay, and then proceed with the condition, rem is equal to 0, even and add. Now, right here, instead of using rem here, okay, you can replace it with num modulus 2 is equal to 0, or something like num modulus 2 is equal to 0. Yes, you can do it. But you can do that. I mean, we can have this one instead of rem is equal to 0. But since we already have a rem here to hold the value after, to hold the remainder after dividing the number by 2, then I guess we are going to use that. So run the program, and okay. So let's say we are going to enter, let's say 0. So 0 is origin. So let's run again our program, and then let's see if we're going to enter another number. So if it works, then probably our program is correct. 22 is even. All right. So if you're gonna be asking me like questions, sir, how about if, okay, how about if I'm going to uh, the add is going to be the true instead of even. So baliktaron, kumbaga, no? So baliktaron na to ang even and add. So actually, the one thing you should do is change your expression, and then of course you'll have to change your the value that is going to be passed, because this right one right here is the true, meaning to say, when when the remainder is equal to 1, it should be add, so it takes the add value and it is going to be passed to through the whole variable. The same with even. kasi if in ani yung gibuhat, like rem is equal to 0, and then you just exchange add and even. So take note that when if a remainder is 0, it should be even. So since the 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 in the true block is the add value, therefore the add value is going to be passed to the whole. So therefore it will give you incorrect, or it will the program would arrive the wrong output, or yeah, wrong output or undesired output. Okay, so yeah, that's ternary operators. So you can also do like boolean. It depends on your, it's a matter of preference. Let's say for an instance, you say boolean add something like this one, and then you want to test if the I'm sorry, bool. Okay, so in C plus plus it should be bool. Okay, so let's say add, and then num modulus to 2 is equal to 1. So that should be, the result should be true or false. Okay, and I'm wrong with that. Okay, so and then after that, if you can have this in your condition, you can have something like if add, or if it is add, then you can tell that num is actually an add. Okay, it's is an add number. Okay, yeah, you can do something like that. Okay, so again, it depends on what data type you use for for the destination. So true is going to be passed in there, false is going to be passed in there. So if in case you use integer value, therefore you should use numerical value here, like either it's either 0, or it's 1, or 0, something like that. So again, the what you should what you should note or consider is that whatever is the data type here, it's the one that you should pass to it. Okay, just like what we did in origin and just like what we did here in hold, origin, add, and even, because the value that is going to be uh, holding it is, it's a string variable. So the next question would be, sir, can you combine ternary operators with if condition? If condition, yes, you can combine as long as you actually you don't violate a syntax. Okay, so just make sure that, just make sure that you follow the syntax. The syntax is very simple. You just have to have the expression, okay, and then the this block right here for true, and this block right here for false. Okay, and then, sir, can another question would be, sir, can I like do nested ternary operators? Yes, you can. Just like what we did here, it's actually a nested condition. Another is, let's say for an instance, we have an age, okay, something like an age. And then let's say we are going to determine the age if it's under childhood, teenager, or adult, or senior citizen. So you can actually do that by something like this one. So let's say remarks, or rem na lang, remarks. Okay, and then we are going to have here age. If it's less than or equal to like 0, or less than to 0, you say something like this. The age is actually like it's fetus. Okay, still fetus. Okay, and then after that, if it's false, then we have another expression saying that okay, if age is, let's say, less than or equal to 10, let's say we are going to have here as childhood. Okay, so child. Good. And then if false, then if age is less than or equal to, let's say, 17, so that one would be like teenager, okay? So teenager, and then you can proceed with, okay, another, let's say, if age is less than or equal to, let's say, 60, yeah, less than 60, sorry, this is like, okay, if it's less than 60, this is senior, adult, by the way. This is adult, okay? That's actually a lot, no? So, medyo daghan tayo ato ang condition. So, what we have right here is that, wait, so we'll have, only that, we'll have to, um, what happened here is that could not be resolved. What happened? And otherwise, baka kulang tayo ng isang expression. So let's say this is, yeah, that's one. That's, then we have here, if not adult, it is like senior citizen. Okay, so that's it. That's actually a nested, it's, yeah, it's nested or it's multiple if statement or it's equivalent to multiple if statement. So, sige, atong itry. We have here see out, age is, and then remark. Okay, so let's say the age is 69. Okay, so let's say the age is 69. So age is less than 0, false. So therefore, it will proceed to the next expression. So is it less than 10 or equal to 10? That's actually false. It's going to proceed with the next block. Is it less than or equal to 17? That's false. Is it equal uh, or less than 60? It's false. Then, therefore, it is said to be a senior citizen. So, if not fetus, childhood, teenager, or adult, it is going to be senior citizen. Now, let's try and run it again. So, it will first ask us to enter a number. So, let's say we are going to enter a number, let's say 78. So, there you are, 69, senior citizen. We just don't have like backslash n or end line there to separate the value, the display 69 senior citizen or 69 is or belongs to something like that. So yeah, I guess that's it for, sorry, that's it for ternary operators. So again, whether you use if condition or conditional operators or ternary operators, I mean, it's a matter of preference. It depends on, it's your discretion whether to choose any of it, whether to choose a if condition in solving a particular problem or you use ternary condition. So no one stops you or no one prohibits you from actually using any of these structures. So it's just so happened that this language offers us to have these different structures in dealing with uh, conditions, no, or conditional operators. I guess that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching this video and please subscribe. Okay, so have a great day and see you soon. Bye bye.